Good morning. Let's begin the next arc of Higurashi, shall we? Are you good? Hello, Hazel. Alright. Well, welcome to the Watanagashi Arc. Hello, Hazel. Hello. Let's get started. Watanagashi, the most possibilities. How is your taste of life in Hinamizawa? A curse or a conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything, and everyone seems suspicious. Here at last, it is no surprise attack, but a real, direct incident. Please enjoy it. Whoop. The difficulty is lower than Onikakushi, but is extremely vicious. Alright. Whatever you say. Oh. Ma'am. Ma'am. Alright, let's start. Are you comfy? Are you ready for story time, Hazel? Okay. Okay, as long as you're comfy. Let's start. This is fine. I will not quench your thirst, for you seek the truth and could not accept that. I will not quench your thirst, for the truth you desire does not exist. But I still want to quench your thirst, for I'm the one who cast you into the desert. Frederica Berncosta, okay. This is a work of fiction. Hi, Belle! How you doing? 1983. What could possibly go wrong? I'm doing okay. It's been an alright week. Chirping a bird served as my alarm clock. Actually. Huh? Wasn't today Sunday? Wasn't it basically my style to stay up late on this Saturday and sleep through the morning on Sunday? Why was I waking up at this disgustingly wholesome hour? Back to sleep, back to sleep. Oh, you mean me on a weekend? Hey, Chi, are you awake? You have a phone call. At that moment, the sound of my mother calling me from downstairs finally registered. Phone call? Didn't I die in the last arc? I sprang out of bed abruptly, and stamped noisily down the stairs. He's awake, I'll put him on right now, my mother informed the person on the other end of the line. Hello? It's me. Who might this be? Ah, morning, Keiichi-kun. You're such a sleepyhead, such a sleepyhead. Oh, Rena, what's up calling so early in the morning? I don't think it's so early. It's the middle of the day, you know. It was 11 o'clock. I guess you could loosely consider that middle of the day. Still technically morning. So what's up? Hold on a sec. I'll put Mii-chan on now. Ohayo, Kei-chan. If I were to say that in English, that'd be good morning. I see what you did there. You switched the language there, didn't you, English release? While we're at it, why don't you try saying it in Chinese, German, and Russian as well? Ni hao, Kei-chan. Guten Morgen, Kei-chan. Russian? How the hell should I know? Ha ha ha. Well, whatever. This stupid conversation has woken me up. Ha ha ha. That's good to hear. So, Kei-chan, you free right now? If you're good, then we got everybody. Everybody? You mean all the club members? That's right. You might be thinking, every day always ends in a heated competition, but at least I can spend my days off peacefully. You're too naive, Kei-chan. Yeah. The aim of our club is to find the best solution for every situation. In other words, we don't care if it's the weekend. Oh. It looks like Kei-chan has come to understand our club. So how about it? Can you come? I had absolutely nothing planned that day. If I were to refuse Club President Mion's invitation, what other fun ways to pass the time would I have? It's not like I planned on doing anything. And if I said no, you'd probably just declare me the loser by default and force a penalty game on me anyways. If you understand that much, then you can't refuse, right? Well, if you're okay with it, then meet at the usual place at 1 o'clock. We're going into town, so bring your bike, okay? Club activities in town? Well, we could do them anywhere. Besides, since it was a new venue, there was no way this wasn't going to be intense. I'm holding a pretty big grudge from that narrow loss a couple days ago. I'll say it right now, I'm not gonna lose. A couple of days ago was Friday's club activities. That uncompromising poker match. It was a fight to the death. Nobody held back. Nobody could tell who was in the lead or who was in last until the points were tallied. In the end, I won by only 1 chip. Mion came in second. Damn it! To think I hadn't squandered that one last chip. Mion lamented, thus perhaps more so that than the fact that she had lost the match. Mion doesn't lose. That's why Mion only whined when she let the champion's throne slip through her fingers. That's why she was more frustrated than anybody over a close loss. So did she mean for today to be a grudge match? Bring it on. Just like last time, I'll shut you down and make you play that penalty game. Make sure you play in a way that you won't regret it when you lose. Hehehe. Wouldn't have it any other way. It'll make it all the more better when I crush you. After that, we exchanged jeers for a bit before hanging up the phone. As I headed back upstairs hastily to get to the key to my bike, I bumped into my mother as she was carrying a futon down. Oh, Keiichi, you seem like you're in a good mood. Heading out? Something like that. I'm going into town to play with everybody. Take care. Watch out for traffic. Be back before dinner. Yeah, I'll be back by then. After unlocking the chain from my bike in the garage, I rebelled a bit in the resistance the slightly stiff pedal gave me as I pushed in on it. Alright, let's go! Set off on my bike, cutting through the refreshing morning air. H-kun! You're late! Sorry to have kept you waiting. Where's Satoko and Rika-chan? Rather than meeting up with them here, it's a lot quicker to just meet up in town. Oh, I see. If I remember correctly, Satoko and Rika-chan's houses were on the other side past the school. Oh yeah. What's up with doing club activities in town? It can't be that everybody is going to put on masks and rob banks all day, is it? Keiichi, no! I wouldn't mind doing that. Even then, I wouldn't lose to you. Children! You see, Mi-chan always tells me the routes and schedules of the armored bank cars. Oh no, Rena, no! I wonder why. What? I spun around with a serious look on my face and looked at Mion. Well, it certainly seemed possible that Mion was capable of doing that. Seriously, Mion? Rena! What are you saying? Sorry, Mi-chan, sorry. The two of them were joking around. That bright laughter was the best match for a beautiful day like this. Hey, you two! Satoko and Rika-chan are waiting for us, aren't they? Let's stop fooling around and get going. Around and around, fooling like two fluttering butterflies. I earnestly wish I could just keep watching them like this. But the five of us together would be absolutely more fun. That's right. Well then, let's go. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Meow no. Once we split the loot, everybody scram. Yeah! Gonna take a little sip. The three of us on our bikes headed over the gently sloping hills towards town. Accelerating hard, we crested the hill. The view expanded as Okonomiya Station came into sight. I occasionally come to the station here. Considering the amount of effort it takes to get here, though, it was quite a hassle. That's why I didn't know much about the area around the station or Okonomiya itself, for that matter. The streets we were headed down today was the course unfamiliar to me as well. I can words! Going through the railway crossing, we headed past the south end of the station. This is the first time I've been this way. Around here, there's lots of things like arcades and toy stores. Michan knows a lot about it. So there's an arcade. I used to go to one pretty often. My gamer blood roils within me. Always going to the arcade? Kei-chan, you're quite the delinquent. Next time we're here, I'll show you where it is. It's a good one. There are quite a few machines. It seemed like the town of Okonomiya was Mion's stomping grounds. If I asked her, she could tell me a lot of things about it. Eventually, we came across a store with quite a few bikes parked in front of it. Was this the arcade? No, this was a smaller shop. Looking at the window display, it seemed like your everyday toy shop. But for almost 10 kids to be filing in and out of the store, they were doing almost too well for themselves. Could it be the store was having some sort of event today? Exactly. Top prize is 50,000 yen. 50,000? What the heck is that? That's the GNP of the People's Republic of Keiichi 5 times over. Two cute figures messing about in the front of the store noticed this and waved their hands. Hello, everybody. We've been waiting for you. Good morning. Hey, morning, Rika-chan, Satoko. We'll settle this before the cops get here. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Huh? Keiichi-san, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are we late? Did we keep you waiting? We finished early today, so we've been waiting a while. I'm sorry about that. Keiichi here was taking his sweet time. Well, if it's Keiichi's fault, it couldn't be helped. Seeing that, Rika-chan stretched up and began patting Mion's head. Hey, wait a minute. Are you solving everything by making me the bad guy? Of course! Who else but Keiichi-san could fill this important role? Oh ho ho ho. I don't like being cast like that. If you think that'll solve everything, you're sorely mistaken. I was feeling slightly irritated, so I began to repeatedly smack Satoko on the head. Don't abuse the child! Smack, 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 smack. Keiichi-kun is bullying me! Eh. It's such a shame that Keiichi's bullying you. Satoko's crying. She's crying. I'm taking her home. Your big sister here will take care of the bad guy, okay? Oh, rip Keiichi. And she whammed him. And ecstatically wiped the tears, which were probably fake, from Satoka's face, while Rika-chan gently patted mine as I lay sprawled on the ground. Yes, this is fine. Yep. This is the way things are supposed to be solved. Although I was thinking we should find a new punchline before you start losing teeth. Well then, upsy daisy. In any case, the greeting for today went well. Inside the toy shop, there were about 10 boys around the same age as me. Apparently, they all knew Mion and figured out that she had arrived. They greeted her with jeers, a few at a time. Michan is a regular at this toy shop, so she has a lot of friends. A regular at a toy shop? What's up with that? Hey, Keiichi-san, take a look back here. Are they gonna find the anime figures? Following Satoko's prompting, I took a look. There were chairs lined up at tables, almost like some sort of birthday party. Oh no, it's a gaming competition! I realized it immediately. It couldn't be. This is the venues for today's club activities. Uh-huh. Surprised, Kei-chan? I'm good friends with the owner here. He sometimes lets me hold game tournaments to expand his customer base. Expand his base, I see. Meaning all the boys livening up the place were participants? That's right. Normally it's just the 5 of us, but today we're gonna play with lots and lots of people. Reina was innocently happy about being able to play with so many people, but my expression grew noticeably stern. Ichi-san, I know exactly what you're thinking. Oh? Well then, why don't you try saying it? Together, okay, 1, 2... These are all enemies! Satoka's voice and mine blended together in harmony. We looked over the participants. After all, the top prize was 50,000 yen. Eyes lit up like flame. Hey, Kei-chan. It looks like today will be fun. Well, no matter how many more rivals I have, the goal is still the same. Rivals? Kei-chan, do you think a whale keeps track of the krill it eats? She said that in an unpleasant voice, laughing with the aggressive glint in her eyes she reserved solely for club activities. Damn it, Mion. She's as serious as she can get today. I'm not the only one who's serious. Take a look at Rika-chan. Mion pointed, looking at where her finger directed me. What the heck is that? Rika-chan was using those kinds of traits to soften up the group with almost excessive pleasantries. The power of cute. I'm also going to do my best. Go for it. Yay! Go for it. Yay! Completely emasculated, the group joined Rika-chan in a cheer. The inside of the store had been consumed by the world of Rika-chan. Damn it, she's already chomping at the bit. Seems like today's gonna be fun! I'm gonna do my best! Howl! Seemed that Rena was also unusually fired up by the large crowd. Hopping about and running around, she had entered entirely into cute mode. In Rena's case, the real fun starts when her tension gauge fills up. Her happy-go-lucky attitude belied the fact that this was the state where she was the most threatening. Ian was making small talk with some of the regular customers she was acquainted with. It was like business as usual with her. Of course, if anybody thought that Mian looked ordinary, they were not qualified to be in our club. The shadow beneath her feet was exuding killer instinct, rising up like a chilling wind. Damn it, Mian, throwing away her honor and humanity like that. She's serious. Keiichi-san, didn't you know? The 50,000 yen prize is from Mian's own pockets. Oh. What? She's putting out the 50,000 yen all by herself? At that moment, a dark miasma that warped Mian's surroundings began to appear. She wants her money back. What is it, Kei-chan? Is there something on my face? Hehehe. A shiver crept up my spine. That Mian. Cornering herself like this. She was pulling out the demon lurking within her. Oof. We'll get to that. Fine with me. Damn it, my knees are shaking like crazy. Before I realized it, the store had filled up with even more people. However, the looks in their eyes weren't confrontational. They were looks of exception and curiosity. Expectation. What? They were the eyes of onlookers who were wondering what kind of match was going to occur and who was going to win. You couldn't ask for a better stage than this. This is getting interesting. Keiichi-kun, let's do our best, okay? Do our best. How? Rena was already fully charged. Wardo laws and common sense held no power before the might of Rena in her cute mode. I definitely didn't want to fight her if possible. Rika-chan, do your best. We're all cheering you on. Okay. I'll do my best. Rika-chan was exuding way too much charm, no matter how you looked at it, and had already won over most of the onlookers onto her side. Nonchalantly avoiding things had always been Rika-chan's creed, but for her to be blatantly laying out her machinations like this, something was definitely strange. Like Rana, she was somebody I didn't want to fight if I could help it. Of course, the one you don't want to fight most is Mion-san. I've been lucky to even leave alive more than a few times at the end of club activities, but I don't think there was a day even close to being this dangerous. Mion-san seems to have developed quite the grudge after losing that poker match a few days back, you know? It seems that way. In other words, today was just an elaborate stage for her revenge. Almost as though she was psychic, Mion turned towards us. Her eyes silently conveyed the message. You guys just figured that out now? It wasn't just Mion. Both Rena and Rika-chan were more pumped than they'd ever been. Yeah. One's gonna pop up today. Without a doubt, there'll be casualties. Hi, Weedy! How you doing? It seems that somehow Keiichi-san and I are the only ones left. What do you think? I have. It's been a good day so far. And yes, I will do the hydrating. I've been okay. Hi, Moose! I really appreciate that you are actually saving up for the song translation. That just... oof. Alright, kiss check. Yeah, especially if all I'm gonna be doing is reading today. Yes, please water this streamer. Okay, stretch. Stand up. Take another sip. Because I'd like to go for at least an hour today. What do you think? Should we not have our match during the opening round? Might as well. I need to warm up before I can really kick it into gear. My spinal column shuddered like it had been struck by a bolt of lightning, and like a pillar of ice was being jammed into it, it began to freeze. I could almost see the flames backlighting Satoka with their intensity. Even then, Satoka was displaying a normal smile. It was cold and inhumane, almost as if it were a plastic mask. You must really want to eliminate me in the opening round. You can't hide that murderous intent. Oh, that's too bad. You're being uncharacteristically cautious today, Keiichi-san. Ho. Without a doubt, it was a trap. I don't know what she had up her sleeve, but if I'd fought Satoga during the opening round, my loss would be more certain than if it was against Mion. Basically, I don't want to fight against any of my friends. Pitch black miasma permeated inside of the store. Do they all want to win the 50,000 yen prize that much? Yes. I don't know conversion, but that's probably still a lot of money for teenagers and younger people to have. No, that's not right. The only ones competing for the prize money were the casual participants. I was different. I had mistaken this as just a way to fool around on a normal Sunday. Didn't matter where it was, when it was, where it was, or who our opponents were. In our club, the goal is always the very top of the mountain. An intense flame that no strong winds could extinguish, hot enough to melt any steel, began to burn inside me. Oh, he's pumped. The fuse had been lit on this unprecedented intense club battle. Ah, well, I mean, that's still $300 for a teenager and younger children. It was then that the owner of the store told Mion in a lackadaisical voice that it was about time to begin. Is everybody ready? Are you ready, Hazel? Listen close now. Mion began with the formalities, standing in for the owner, and explained the rules of today's tournament. You're only playing to win. There is no second or third place. That's the same rule as our club. There were 15 people participating. We were to split up into 5 groups via a draw, and each group would have 1 winner. Each winner in the first stage would advance to the next in order to compete to the final. Tournament Arc. Now, as for how each group will compete, each table can decide to play whatever they want. As long as the game is here in the shop, anything goes. Already in club mode DEFCON 1, I didn't let the small gap in the rules go unnoticed. Mion, can I ask a question? Won't everybody push to play a game that they're good at and not be able to agree on which one? Oh, that's right. If we can't decide, we can't start. Yeah, pocket sand, yes. The spectators also nodded along. It was only natural. There wasn't anybody who would simply cede to their opponent's suggestion. I'd prefer it if you are all good sports and manage to come to a decision on your own. But if it comes to a stalemate, we should have the store owner decide for you. It was an event at a toy store, after all. Pocket sand will play him. You'd expect the owner to referee. After that, Mion's rundown continued. It ended with the rule that any losing participant would have to buy the game that they lost at. A rather nice proposition for the store. No, you with the pocket sand! First, we used a draw to split into 5 groups. Everybody lined up single file and began to draw a ticket, and the shop owner had prepared. It was my turn. Alright, time to draw. No matter who I was up against, I'd crush him. Oh no! You're daring escape! At that moment, Mion began to laugh with a hawkish gleam in her eye. Of course, I'm sure you already know, but club members will have a separate penalty game than the casual participants. Heh, I thought as much. What's the gist of it? The winner gets to give the losers 1 order each. Contrary to how simple it sounded, it was a terrifying eventuality, the subject of which no one could predict. Damn you, Mion. Was she really planning on parading me around Hinamazawa in cat ears and a banana hammock with a tail attached or something? Yes, probably. The look on Mion's face told me she wasn't going to let me off that easy. On top of that, this time, it wasn't just the person who finished last who'd have to submit the penalty game. Have to submit to the penalty game. The loser gets 1 order each. In other words, even if you don't finish last, you still have to do a penalty game. That'll be the case. What about if there's no winner? Like, if all the club members drop out midway through? Ha 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 ha. Yei-chan, are you alright in the head? What? The look in Mion's eye became that of a lion bearing its fangs. How exactly are the elite members of our club going to lose to some mewing newborns? Hey-chan, don't embarrass me by getting eliminated in the first round. Even so, I didn't feel threatened. The more into it my opponent was, the stronger I would become. You just wait and see. I won't just sit here and be bullied by you, Mion. I'll show you. We shall meet in the finals. This is some Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff going on here. The results of the draw were enough to make you cry conspiracy. All the members of the club were nicely divided amongst the 5 tables. How did this happen when the draw was random? The thought that I was already caught in Mion's puppet strings made me feel uneasy. That was fine, though. I'll crush all your petty tricks. Now, where were my opponents? Everybody was headed to the table corresponding the number on their ticket. The competition at my table was... these 2, huh? They looked younger than me. Huh? Aren't you 2 classmates of mine? The reoccurring boys! Oh, hi! I'm Tomita. This is Okamura. Okamoto-kun greeted me by nodding his head. So my opponents this round were against my juniors from school. Just saying, but it seemed a pretty easy matchup. Lucky. Time to destroy them without mercy. Alright then, everybody. Please decide on your game and start. With Mion's declaration, the inside of the store suddenly became lively. Everybody was yelling their favorite games to each other, trying to gain an advantage before they started. Even my 2 classmates, who seemed tacturned at first glance, began to fiercely insist on their own games as soon as the signal was given. I would kick those suggestions aside. There was absolutely no reason to pick a game your opponent was good at. Sorry, they're all games I don't know. Could you pick something a little more well-known? Of course, they didn't agree with the games that I suggested either. I could only smirk bitterly. Naturally, after 5 minutes, this table still couldn't agree on a game. Obeying the rules, we asked the store owner to decide on a game. Clearing his throat, the shop owner brought over a board game from the back of the store. It was a game called Billionaire. Quite the vintage they have here. Come to think of it, if you lose, you have to buy this game. That damn shop owner. He was using this competition to get rid of all the games he couldn't sell. I mean, smart. I know this one. You guys do too, right? Spin the wheel and head for the goal. Whoever's the most money after we liquidate our assets is the winner. The two nodded in agreement, and finally the game was underway. At the time, I already had the feeling of an impending crisis. I wouldn't realize why until the game progressed a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Celebrate the birth of your child. Receive 5,000 from everybody. Sorry. Okay. Build a bit of a lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Bonus! Receive 1,000 from the bank. What? The tables were turned in an instant? 1, 2, 3. Proceed to the corporate ladder, of course. Whoa, that's a good route. Seemed like only my piece was landing in the steady paces. I had doubts as to why Mion didn't bring up board games to the club activities, but that reason was laid bare before my eyes. That's right. I'd only realized it now. This game was completely based on luck. What could I possibly do to make sure I ended up in first place at the end? That ultimate outcome of this game was decided and placed beyond human hands. What were the other club members doing? My eyes naturally wandered off to the other tables. Mion's table was... What? They weren't doing anything? Had they still not decided on a game? This naive idea existed to distract me from the most frightening possibility. Mion was lounging about, leisurely holding some juice she had brought from the vending machine outside in one hand. When our eyes met, she gave me a look of ease. Couldn't be. She'd already finished? What game was it? What was it that easily? It was probably too late to be concerned with that at this point. Only 5 minutes since the start, and two of our opponents were already beyond recourse. They were sitting there, slumped over in disappointment, muttering to themselves, trying to figure out where they went wrong. For that, they'd find no answer. Was there any reason for their defeat other than they sat at the same table as Mion? Then what about Rana's table? The spectators were causing quite a bit of commotion. It looked like the game was Karuta. The shop owner was apparently the one reading out the cards. Rana tended to dawdle along and space out a lot. Yeah, he was technically murdered in the first arc. How is everybody alive again? How indeed? And we're just having happy fun times with board games. This is fine. Mm-hmm. You are correct, my good chinchilla. We won't get the details fully yet, but there are shenanigans. Wouldn't she have a hard time with this game? Then I'll read out, the dog gets tired on a walk. Well, bam! Well, bam! At the same instant, the shop owner began sending out the words. The card in question disappeared off the face of the table. No, the face of the earth! Impossible, where did it go? It was against Rana's cheek. It's a cute card. She was rubbing it there. Oh, so cute. I'm taking it home. Looking at the card, Rana was rubbing against her cheek. It was some anime-themed version of Karuta, with rather cute moe illustrations decorating the cards. Good. Basically, it was a picture of a pretty dog girl with a slightly large chest, panting and half in tears as she was being pulled along on a chair. Okay. Well, with those types of pictures, even I could play with godlike speed. Of all the people to play that game, it had to be Rena. It was entirely possible that her fingertips were on the verge of breaking the sound barrier. Gotta go after the cute moe girls. It's over. Nan smiled coolly. Seeing no further reason to keep watching, she turned back. So cute, so cute! Even if Rena wins, I'll still buy those cards. I'm taking them home with me. Oh. After that, the second card started being read out, and bam, 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 such decisive sounds echoed. She would be so good at Slapjack. Well then, how about Satoko? Oh, she was playing a rather orthodox game. Concentration. Judging from the distressed look on Satoko's face, it seems that she was struggling somehow. One of the main characteristics of concentration is that the pace of the game speeds up as it goes on. Words. As the number of cards to memorize decreases, it becomes easier to match several pairs in a row. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the first person to take over the flow of the match can run away as the winner. The cards still in play had decreased. If you memorize the cards that had been turned over, you should have a good chance to sweep the table at this point. Satoko probably knew the positions of the remaining cards. However, her turn came a little too late. If her opponent followed up, the match would be decided. Oh, sorry, but I'm aiming for the prize money. Don't hate me for this. This guy. Did he have the locations of the remaining cards memorized? He was completely certain of his victory. Tension in his face relaxed. It's over. I whispered in that bored manner. I turned my attention back to my own game. I spun the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? No way! The Ace of Hearts should have been here. There was a commotion at Satoko's table as a shout rang out. The other two at my table turned around in surprise. I didn't. After all, there wasn't really anything to be surprised about. The onlookers were confounded. Most of them were certain that the Ace of Hearts should have been there. There's no way. I must be seeing things. I must have been because I was excited. So assured in his victory, the distress over his defeat ran deep. That's how it is. If his opponent wasn't Satoko, then the Ace of Hearts certainly would have been there. What a fool. When you're up against Satoko, you can't let your guard down for a moment until the battle is over. Keiichi-san, you stop and finished your match? You have no sense for these things. With a refined tone of voice reserved only for winners, Satoko called out to me. For the casual observer, it must have looked like she only eked out a victory. From my point of view, however, she was only playing around. The roles of winner and loser had already been decided, as if it was nothing more than child's play. The laughable part that it was her opponent that didn't know his role had already been assigned. Nice work there, setting up a farce of a trap with the Ace of Hearts. My opponent only walked into one of my traps. Even then, one was more than enough. Satoko was a trapper. Her true talent was never having one misfire. Setting off only one trap was more than enough. Ain't that cool? The fact that the other club members were winning one after another with their own brand of play only added to my impatience at my own lack of progress. Oh right, how was Rika-chan doing? How was our club's sly little fox doing? What the heck was that? Over in that corner, the mood at that table was decidedly different than the others. The game at Rika-chan's table was, you know, that battery-powered fishing game? Oh! Oh no! The one where the fish open and close their mouths as they rotated the platform and you used the magnetic fishing rod to pick them up? That old thing? We used to play that at school carnivals. It seemed they planned on competing by seeing who could catch the most fish, but it had become an atmosphere you could hardly call competitive. Wow, I caught one. You're so good. Rika-chan, you're so good at this. Oh my, she caught another one. Rika-chan is really good at this. I knew that Rika-chan had already charmed her opponents along with the onlookers, but before the match had even begun, but brilliantly played. That corner had become an informal meeting of the Rika Furude fan club. It's Rika-chan's total victory. Total victory. Rika-chan's good at fishing, isn't she? What? Rika-chan is trolling for probabilities and fish. Hearing that, she glanced over my way briefly. This is my way of getting serious. That's what I heard. This is a masterful technique that only Rika is allowed to do. Only Rika can do. Yeah, a masterful technique. Ayabara-san, it's your turn. Oh, sorry. Yes, it is. 1, 2... Fined for tax evasion! Pay $50,000! Oh no, the prize money! In contrast, my game, what an unseemly situation this was. Noticing the uneasiness creeping across my face, my companions came to see how I was doing. Huh? Keiichi-kun, could it be you're struggling? You're struggling? Gonna take a sip. Okamura? Right now, how much money do you have? Okamura had wrung lots of money out of the elite course, began to count through a stack of white $100,000 bills. About 98,000, numbers with 1,000, I guess. Please never ask me to comprehend math. How much money do you have, Tomita? I have about more numbers. I'm still close enough to turn this around. Those two looked like they would easily surpass $1 million. Well, Kei-chan, how much do you have? Mion's tone of voice was grim from the get-go. It was her disappointment and disgust as club president. It can't be helped. There's no strategy involved other than spinning the wheel in this game. How am I supposed to cheat? Tell those two to close their eyes and count the hundreds to 100 while I rig the wheel? You know there's no way I can do that. Rika-chan gently pat my head. Still, she wasn't too happy. How pathetic. At one point I thought you'd be a worthy adversary. I've been utterly disillusioned. Don't give up, Keiichi-kun. There has to be some way to make a comeback. Do your best. Right till the end. Like I said, how am I supposed to make a comeback if this game is relying entirely on luck? Right, Mion? Mion's face, however, became almost unbelievably indifferent, like she was watching something completely unexciting. Oh no. She then turned her back without saying a word. Hey, me. It was a pathetic voice that irked even myself. I'm disappointed. Everybody was serious about this, but Kei-chan was the only one who wasn't. What do you mean by serious? Are you telling me to control the spinner through sheer force of will? How could I do that? If you're serious about it, you would have settled this game 10 seconds from when you started. Kei-chan, you don't have to get so angry. Wait. Mion, in a bad mood, cast me aside and disappeared into the depths of the shop. Maybe it was because it had become an awkward situation, but the spectators dispersed from around my table. Damn it, are you saying I'm not serious about this? Are you saying that if I was serious, I would have settled this game a chance in 10 seconds? If I was serious, everybody was praying for my victory. They believed in me. Did I betray those expectations? Was it because I wasn't serious? Ugh. Should we continue the game? The two of them were timidly trying to resume play. I didn't respond to that. The table sunk into silence. Mayabara-kun, should I take it that to mean you're giving up? The owner, thinking I was forfeiting, started to announce the cancellation of the game. At that moment, the demon inside me let loose a howl and awakened. I get it now, Mion. What it means for me to be serious. I'll show you! Oh, well, bam! Bamf! I clamped my hands on their shoulders, speaking in a low voice after pulling them closer. Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, let's make a deal. Let me win. Okie dokie. Posture. Stretching. And more sipping. I'm about halfway through this water bottle already. The two of them, not immediately understanding what I had just said, or the meaning behind it, were momentarily confused. Hey, Mayabara-san, no violence! Let's settle this game properly. Just listen to what I have to say. What is it you guys want? The 50,000 yen prize? Well, of course. Winning that kind of money is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Even supposing you win. What are you going to do with that money? How are you going to enjoy it? The two of them considered it briefly. Buy a new game or something? Snacks? Maybe some juice? All very sensible. That's petty. So petty. Are you guys stupid? Then how would you enjoy it if you win, Mayabara-san? Me? That's the point. Just shut up and listen to what I have to say. We club members have a penalty game, separate from the casual participants. If we lose, we have to obey a command, a single command from the winner. From another point of view, the winner earns the prize of being able to order the club members around. First of all, Tomita-kun, you like Satoko, right? Don't deny it. Next, Okamura-kun, you like Rika, right? Don't turn red. I do the two of them red-faced and conscious of whatever anybody else heard what I just said even closer. Lollies, moe, pretty girls! It's what men covet, what men dream about. It's all an unreachable garden of occasion, no? Even then, you still have to aim for it, wouldn't you? It's because our passionate souls scream for moe! That sensitive age where you couldn't say you liked the girl you liked. Understanding that gave me all the more power. Tomita-kun, if I win, I'll make Satoko wear a collar and be her little sister for it. Oh no, we're doing this again. A fountain of red spewed from both Tomita-kun's nostrils. Also, Okamura-kun, I'll put cat ears on Rika-chan and let you take her out for a walk on a leash. Blood erupted from the veins in Okamura-kun's forehead. That's... Don't be shy. Just pretend I forced you to go along with me. You two are simply sacrifices to Senpai's whims. You can't pretend to be against it. I understand. I know everything that's in your heart's desire. Then suddenly I lowered the tone of my voice. My school life was very bleak. I know with my very body how foolish it is to waste an important time of your lives. So, to you, my juniors, I don't want you to live your lives like that. Be honest with yourselves. Chase your dreams. Fulfill them. I'll fulfill them for you. I will. Keiichi, now. It was at that moment that the values of men bridged generations. Mayabara-san! Did I ever have a mentor who spoke my mind for me so strongly? Never! There was no way there was. That's because in a man's lifetime, he only has 3 faithful encounters. That valuable first time was being experienced right at this moment with these two! It's fine then. Let's do it! 1, 2, 3. Game over! It was such an assertive declaration of the game's ending that everybody in the store turned and looked. It had been less than 3 minutes since I was on the verge of forfeit and all the spectators were certain of my loss. Keiichi saw what happened! Who won? He threw you both under the bus. It was my complete victory. What did you say? How exactly did you overcome that situation? There's no need to explain what happened. It was a gentleman's agreement. Right, guys? Do not say that! Yes, sir! The two of them, stifling tears of gratitude, answered strongly from the bottom of their hearts. Exactly what kind of miracle occurred here during these 3 minutes? The spectators all looked away from my utter disadvantage. You did it! You did it, Keiichi-kun! Yay! The spectators were puzzled at how I was able to so quickly overcome that hopeless situation. That guy, he's able to control the spinner wheel with his eyes or something? It's a miracle! What devilry is this? He's in cahoots with that Mion, you know. There's no doubt about it, he had some strange trick up his sleeve. I looked at the crowd, who couldn't help but be excited. Out of the corner of my eye, now fully awakened and in battle mode, I let it out a derisive laugh. So this is what it means for me to be serious. Mion. You took your sweet time. Baring our fangs at each other, we laughed together in the most unsightly fashion. With this, all the club members have cleared the first round then. Which means, this time, it's a match against everybody. A match! I've already decided what I'm going to buy with the prize money. That's only natural, right? Satoko and Rana sneered at each other. These guys. Do they really think they can win against Keiichi Maebara when he gets serious? Mion, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have offered me advice just now. What a mewling newborn you are. You're a million light years too early to think you can win against me. Mion, light years are a measure of distance. We learned this from Pokemon! Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed! What are we doing, Michan? How are the 5 of us going to face off? How? Well now. We have such a splendid lineup. It would be a waste to rush things. Me is saying something complicated again. It couldn't be. Why you? Mion's hair flowed elegantly, almost like a cape as she turned her back to the table. As for today's contest, I, Club President Mion Sonozaki, will reserve judgment for now. The method and time are yet undecided. The more spectators, the better. It should be in front of everybody from Hinamizawa and Okonomiya. By then, we'll know the best way to finally settle things. Are you running away from this? This is too unfair even for you, Mion-san. You newborn. Do you still not realize what has happened? Combative aura billowing out of Mion's body formed a barrier, stopping Satoko's advance. We'll meet again. Prepare yourself for your inevitable defeat. With a shrill laugh, Mion left the store. After a moment of silence, the crowd erupted into cheers. When will they resume the contest? Mion's serious. The other members did great too. That new guy, Maebara, has some strange power. The power of bribery. Turned the tables in an instant. Maebara-san! You got to win! Yeah! I'll dunk someone like Mion headfirst into the river Styx for you! Part of the crowd that had apparently overheard the convent between Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun and myself erupted into a cheering and oh right, his fanboys. Mion's going to win anyways. She's the undefeated empress. I'm betting on Mion. No, it's gonna be Rena with that ungodly speed. Satoko the trap artist. Rika the siren. And maybe a long shot, but it'll be Mayabara. However, right now, I had no ear for those cheerful voices. Setting the stage for this huge match, and then running away like that, I wasn't gonna forgive Mion. Outside the store, Mion was getting on her bike as the shop owner was seeing her off. Don't run away, Mion! If you're the club president, don't run! Fight me! Oh, sorry, Kei-chan. Right now. I've got to get to my part-time job. Huh? Like you would see in a sketch comedy show, my legs slipped in opposite directions until I was doing the splits. Yeah. While you were playing your game, Mion-chan received a phone call. It's too bad. It was just getting good too, not our lucky day. They're getting crushed at the sale over at my uncle's store. They don't have enough people to work the register, so he called me for help. When you say your uncle, does he manage a supermarket or something? It's just a small store. But whenever you put stuff on it's special, all the housewives swarm like locusts. Don't they have any common sense? Even though they don't have enough staff, they're selling a carton of eggs for 10 yen, limit 1 per customer. I was a little surprised. You would never think this was the club president exuding such a dark aura inside the store just a short time ago. It was the usual Mion right now, almost exasperatingly so. My shoulder slumped. That's right. Club mode was over now. But it was really heated today. It really was fun. Damn, Mion, she knew how to fire people up. Me too. I got so fired up my head started to tingle. Especially Kei-chan. That was scary. I thought he was going to eat me alive there. It's work, so I guess there's nothing you can do. But it really is too bad. I really want to continue this some other time. Anytime is good. How about we do it at the Watanagashi Festival? Oh boy! Cotton drifting 5 demon firefight? That's right. I'll think about it. Right now, what were Rika-chan and Mion talking about? Watanagashi Festival? Cotton drifting 5 demon what? I love it when things turn out all over the top and manga-like. Be nice if we could have another thrilling club activity this soon. She laughed with a smile that made you feel refreshed just by looking at it. At that moment, the shop owner came out carrying a paper bag. I wonder what it is. Is he giving it to us? Thank you everybody for today. Thanks to you, the event went really well. It's not much, but here's a little something for you guys. Hey, Uncle Yoshiro. Isn't there a little something for me, too? My. Quite an adorable one, is it not? When Satoko and Rika-chan opened up the bag, there was a cute little stuffed animal inside. Wow! They're so cute! Can I take them home? Can I really? Which means there's something for me, too? Oh! I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress. One you'd use to play house. Rena's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same and... Rika-chan too? Kei-chan's got the one that fits him the least. How do I say this? I could say it's pretty or cute. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty. I admit it's adorable. But a doll with changeable clothes is... If you walked around with it, then you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow. Definitely. Mion didn't have to go that far. This wasn't something a guy like me should be carrying around. Mian was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought of giving it to her. However, after briefly considering, I gave it to Rana instead. Huh? You're giving it to me? To Rana? Thank you! Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Rana, then walking the streets at night would be scary. Uh-huh. No doubt, no doubt. I thought about giving it to Mian, but it just didn't feel right. You know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy. It's better that you're a girl. If you were a boy, I would have killed you already. You should kill me while you still can. If you don't, Kei-chan, you might not live to regret it. Mian laughed after saying such an ominous line. Everybody laughed heartily along with her. Ask God to make you a boy in your next life. I'll also have him make me a boy. Then together, the two of us will start taking over the countryside as a warm-up. Ha ha ha. Mian-chan, if you don't get going soon, the shop owner told her meekly. A lot of us looked like we were having a lot of fun, so it must have been hard to put a wet blanket on things. Uh-huh. That's not foreshadowing at all. Later then. Today was really fun. I'll see you later, guys. Tomorrow at school. Don't be late for work. Everybody waved their hands and watched as Mian left. Before I knew it, the sun was already setting and the breeze carried the hint of a chill. Should we play for a bit more in town? Or should we go home? The road gets scary when it's dark. Then I guess it's time to leave. We certainly caused a ruckus today. We sure did. Okay, let's go home. Wind blew gently as it cooled down those flushed with enthusiasm. The road back to Hinamizawa was long, but I didn't really mind. Oh, that's right. Rena-san, you achieved an overwhelming victory, didn't you? When Rena gets like that, I'm sorry to say, but there's no winning against her. It was because the cards were so cute. See? I bought them. How? Yuka was the same as usual. When it comes to boys, it's like taking candy from a baby. It's an easy win. How much was calculated and how much was natural? I get scared when I think about how Rika will turn out in the future. Sadako-chan was amazing too. The way it ended was really exciting. It wasn't the sort of game where I should be complimented. Eiichi, you also showed your fangs at the end there. Well, I guess. I'm the type of guy who's strongest when he's cornered. Tomita-san and the others seemed to be cheering you on really hard. What was that about? You made some sort of promise with Tomita and Okamura. It's probably a secret. A secret? A secret? Oh, I wonder what it is. I wonder. Sometimes, for a man, there's something we can only understand. Sometimes we can only understand one another by fighting. Dragon Ball Z. Desperately laughing, I frantically tried to avoid the subject. After that, everybody continued to praise each other for how they defeated their opponents and reflected on how fun today was. Everybody look! The sun's beautiful. The sunset is beautiful. Satoko was getting even more excited, pointing. Waiting where her finger indicated was an immense sunset, casting even longer shadows for us on our bikes. The cries of the Higurashi were gentle and very comforting. Alright, Let's see what kind of tips we get. You know, this is normal. It's fine. Who is Mion's uncle? Alright. New tips. Bop. Yep. Sorry. I suddenly got called in to do my part-time job at my uncle's shop today. What's that? No club today, then. Well, I'm sorry. Mion put her hands together in apology and grinned. If you really wanted to club today, then you can always do it without this old man. The club locker is stuffed full of games. You can pick whatever. Club locker was a trans-dimensional space from which Mion pulled games wherever we met for club activities. I wondered how many freaking games could be stored in that locker. So it was even smaller than the ones in the cleaning supplies with the cleaning supplies in it. Besides those games, there was also a cornucopia of suspicious objects, costumes, for punishment games. If we lined them all up on the floor in order to sort them, they would definitely fill an entire classroom. Nah, we shouldn't. I get the feeling that if I mess around with that locker, everything inside will come tumbling down on me. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe amateurs shouldn't meddle with this, hee. Mion gave a hearty laugh, implying that the only one who could do so was the club president. Me. The teacher is looking for the key to the gym storehouse. Do you have any idea where it could be? Eh? Did I not return it to the teacher's lounge? Mion said, feeling about in her pocket. Judging from her expression, she must have planned on returning it, but it was still in her pocket. I knew you had it, Mion-san. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you simply must have been the one who had it. I was right, too. Satoko and I were both right. Giggling, Satoko and Rika-chan clapped their hands together in celebration. You're annoying! Slap clap. Mion elbowed Satoko and Rika-chan in their heads, then headed for the teacher's lounge. Oh, right. Have you two heard? Mion has a part-time job, and that's why she's not coming to the club. Oh, is that so? That's very droll of her. Me. The two of them made disappointed faces. Whatever anyone said, Mion's club was always the #1 thing I looked forward to when going to school. It wasn't hard to agree with their melancholic expressions after hearing that it wouldn't be happening today. So Mion's got a part-time job. I wonder what she's doing anyway. Whenever Mion canceled club, it was usually because of her job. However, it also didn't seem like she went there every day. She would go 2 or 3 days in a row and then not go for a while. It sounded like a pretty damn random part-time job. She isn't working at any one shop or anything. She isn't? Then does that mean she's a day laborer? Mion wearing socks and a helmet, sweating to death in a factory. I couldn't imagine such a thing. Mion-san helps her uncles out whenever their employees go on vacation. She's like a handyman. I get it. Now that you mention it, her having a job at her uncle's place. I think I've heard about that before. She has a lot of uncles who run their town shops, so Mi's in very high demand. She has a lot of uncles who own shops. A lot of them. Oh, you're unaware, Keiichi-san? There are many relatives of Mion-san's in Okonomiya who run their own stores. Huh? I didn't know that. So they're all different kinds? Yeah. There's a bakery, a produce market, a ramen shop. Many others besides. The toy store we went to for the club the other day is one of them. I was dumbfounded. That's amazing. Is Mion's family blessed with some kind of crazy business sense. They run so many different kinds of things. It's kind of amazing. There are others, like a loan shark, a land shark, a strip club, and a brothel. What I'm saying is they do lots of things. Okay, a couple of weird things came out that time, but still. I could tell it was pretty extensive. So the reason she's being so fussy about returning the money she lent you is because of the blood loan the sharks came through her veins, huh? Yeah, very sus. That will be explained a little bit later. That explains that. Once I completely forgot to pay me back for money she gave me to go shopping. And she threatened me, saying that if I didn't return it, she'd throw me into the red light district. That would be the end of me. Oh no! Rika-chan being sold to the entertainment industry to pay off her debts. That is a different kind of visual novel. Crap. My nose bleeds. No! She is underage. Do not. Dying to be thrown to the ground must be the silliest death that I've ever heard of. Huh? She doesn't really get it, does she? Recently, she seemed so unspoiled. Rika-chan and I gave her a pat on the head. Huh? Why are you petting me? I'm petting you because you're a good girl, Satoko. Satoko was lost in confusion, but she seemed to understand that she was being made fun of. Alright. I think this is where I will call it, because I haven't actually done this for a while, and so I'm gonna kind of need to build my stamina back up for doing long reading streams again. But yeah, let's actually save the game. Yeah, okay, end of chapter 1. So we'll start chapter 2 sometime soonish, probably. Yeah, sorry for the shorter stream, but I think this is probably for the best. So, let me find somebody to raid. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Let me just find... Oh, thank you, Weedy. I appreciate that. Wrong thing. Oop. Alright, rating. Oh. Oh. We're going from one visual novel to another. Marshy's doing Clannad. We're doing that. So, let's see. Let's do a raid message of... Boop. Boop. So that'll be the raid message. And so, let's get this started. Alright, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.